Hi everybody, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's episode of Dye Time I have here 20 grams-ish of White Welsh top fibre that I got from World of Wool, and I am going to be dyeing this in a low immersion setup with some leftover dyes. This is not the first thing I have dyed today, as you can see by my gloves. This has been soaking for probably about 2 hours in water now, and water and vinegar. There's no heat, and I have here a jug of what I've used to wash my fingers off in when I've been doing the other projects today. The colours I've used are purple acid dye from DT Craft and Design, Mermaid's Dream fibre reactive dye from Dharma, and silver grey and spearmint breeze fibre reactive dyes from Dharma as well. I'm just pouring that on there. There's no heat in this. This is a really tiny amount of fibre. I'm hoping not to use too much dye. So this might actually end up being all I use. Right, that's really soaked up all that dye. I'm now going to grab my leftover fluorescent fuchsia dye stock. This was a 1% depth of shade when I originally made it. Oh, look at that. Wow, I love how that has just stayed like that. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't know if this is 1% depth of shade anymore. That means it was 1 gram of dye dissolved in a litre of water, but I don't know what it is quite now. That's really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I wonder how I can not wreck that. I think I'm going to leave it for maybe about 10 minutes just to sit like that, and then I'll come back and see what I can do. I'm now starting to second guess myself and thinking maybe I want to steam this. I don't know, but my steamer's already in use. I don't know, we'll come back in 10 minutes and see what I've decided then. It's been about 10-15 minutes, and in that time I've had plenty of time to think. It looks like that pink is sort of soaked into the fibre. So what I'm going to do is I want to steam this because I don't want this pink to really run. I'm going to flip it first, and I'm going to squeeze some pink onto the other side. Ooh. Try and actually get onto the fibre, not everywhere else. There we go. And there's probably another 15-20 minutes before my steamer will be free to use. So I'm just going to let this, see, that's what I was worried that was going to happen. It's all sort of soaking in. Now I'm wondering if maybe I should just do this in low immersion and be done with it, because yeah, that side has all sort of soaked through. I know what I'm going to do. I've made up my mind. I've got here, this is some of the pre-soak water. Pour that in. There's plenty of vinegar in there and a spoon. I'm going to heat set this like this, and then in 20 minutes when my steam basket is free, I'm going to move it into the steam basket. I'm going to move it into the steam basket and then add some more of the pink on top. Hopefully some of that pattern will stay. That's my plan. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. It's been on the heat for about 20 minutes now. That pink has sort of gone everywhere in the water. I still want to steam this with some pink scribbles on, so carefully remove that, place it in my steamer basket. It's very hot. Carefully lay this out on there. Now I'm going to carefully scribble some pink on here. Not too much. I don't know how this is going to work out. but I don't know. Probably putting far too much pink there. That'll do for now. What I might do is just let this steam for about 15 minutes and then I'll come and flip it and see how it is going there. It's been steaming for 15 minutes and it does look like some of that pink has stayed where I put it. So I'm going to carefully flip this as best I can. Gosh, this light is in my eye. Yeah, I don't really know how well I've flipped that. I'm going to now just squirt some pink on the other side. There we go. Again, I don't really know how well that's done, but I'm going to leave this for probably about half an hour now and then I'll turn it off the heat. This has completely cooled down now. So let's gently wash this. I want to note there is a little bit of pink in that water, but that's not really a surprise as I was squirting dye directly into here. The reason I'm filling this up is because I don't want the water to run directly onto the fibre because that could felt it. So I'm just going to let it sit in there, add a little bit of washing up liquid. And hopefully that's looking pretty clear at the moment. I'm just going to let this sit in here for probably about 5 minutes. I'm hoping there's not going to be too much runoff from this, but since I don't want to run it under cold water or to agitate it like that too much, I'm just going to let this sit in some cold tap water with a bit of soap, probably for about 5-10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to change the water, and I'll do that a few times. Hopefully this will be running, the water will be clear. Fingers crossed. And here is the finished fibre. Now the pinks have spread out a bit. They're not quite as defined as they were, but we've still got some lovely patches of these pinks. And I'm curious to see how well these pinks will show up once I spin this. So some patches that like they're a bit heavier, and then other patches where there's not quite as much. But this the bluish colour is really lovely, and you can see it's not felted. I can still easily pull this apart, and there seems to be colour through most of it. There's little patches of white inside the fibre, but really pretty much all the fibre has got dye on it. So yeah, I like this. I'm very curious to see how these purple bits will hold up once I go to spin it. And here is the Welsh top all spun up. Now, I'm not very good at spinning. This is 20 grams of yarn now, and I haven't really made much here. You can see there isn't really that much when you compare it to something that has been professionally spun in a mill. There is a lot more meterage on this than there is on that one, but that's all part of the process. I'm not a very good spinner, and I found with this Welsh top very easy to overspin. If we have a little look, you can see it's just there's a lot of overspun areas like this. I don't know if that's just my technique or if it's a particularly tricky fibre to spin. I don't know. You can see it's quite fuzzy as well. A lot of the fuzz did come off on me as I was spinning. But if we have a look at the colours, they've worked really well. The purples have sort of blended in nicely to the sort of bluey greys that we've got going on. There's still some sort of streaks here, and little specks, but overall I think it looks really nice and the colours have blended really nicely together. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Would you like me to dye more fibre like this,
or would you like me to experiment with other fibres? I do have some other fibres in my stock. I cannot remember which ones I've got, but would you like to see me play around with those in the future? And if you do, what sort of techniques would you like me to do? What colours? Let me know. I take all your suggestions and I am trying to work my way through them all, as well as all my other ideas. I publish a new tutorial every Monday, usually around 6 p.m. UK time, so make sure you're subscribed and got notifications turned on so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching.